Not everyone in your life was sent by God. Some people look harmless, but trusting them can steal your peace, drain your spirit, and block your blessings. Today we'll uncover 8 types of dangerous people you must never trust. The liar. The first dangerous person is the liar. Someone who twists the truth doesn't just deceive you. They open spiritual doors for destruction. John 8:44 says the father of lies is the devil himself, and anyone who chooses lies is siding with him, not with God. Trusting a liar is like building your house on sand. Sooner or later, it will collapse. They promise loyalty, swear friendship, but when the test comes, their words turn empty. Don't ignore the signs of dishonesty, because lies never come alone. Repeated lies are only laying the groundwork for betrayal. The manipulator. Manipulators don't want trust. They want control. They turn your compassion into emotional chains. They make you believe saying no is unloving, that setting boundaries is cruel. But manipulation is not ministry. Jesus never let himself be controlled by people's emotions or demands. In Luke 4, when the crowd tried to hold him back, he walked away, because his mission was about obedience to the Father, not pressure from people. The manipulator will drain your time, energy, and even your identity until you forget who you are. Don't fall for it. Trust only works when there's truth, never when there's control. The envious. The envious person never truly celebrates your victories. They may smile on the outside, but inside they're eaten up because they wish it was them instead of you. Proverbs 14:30 says, "Envy rots the bones." That's exactly what happens. Envy poisons relationships, breeds resentment, and often leads to betrayal. Watch out for the ones who downplay your achievements, who change the subject when you share a blessing, or who try to discredit what God has done in your life. Envy is dangerous, because someone who wants what's yours may one day turn into an enemy in disguise. Never fully trust those who can't rejoice in your joy. The divisive. The divisive person thrives on gossip, stirring conflict and tearing people apart. They may smile to your face, but behind your back they plant seeds of poison. The Bible is crystal clear in Titus 3:10. Warn a divisive person once and then a second time. After that, have nothing to do with them. That's not cold, that's obedience. Trusting someone who divides is stepping onto the battlefield of the enemy. Division never comes from God. He is the God of unity. When you give ear to the divisive, their conflict becomes your consequence. Protect your peace. Protect your mission. Never trust the one who sows strife. The drainer. Some people don't want to grow, change, or transform. They just want to drain your energy, your time, and your spirit. You pray, listen, counsel, carry their weight, but nothing ever changes. Why? Because they don't want deliverance. They just want a host. Even Jesus, who loved the crowds, knew when to withdraw and recharge with the Father. Luke 5:16 says, Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. If the Son of God set boundaries, how much more should we? Trusting someone who only drains you leaves you spiritually empty, and a dry spirit can't discern clearly. Guarding your energy isn't selfish, it's wisdom. The willfully disobedient. There's a big difference between someone who stumbles out of weakness and someone who chooses rebellion on purpose. The willfully disobedient knows what God said, but decides to ignore it. And trusting someone like that puts you in the danger zone. 2 Thessalonians 3:14 says, "Take special note of anyone who does not obey our instruction in this letter. Do not associate with them, in order that they may feel ashamed." That's not rejection, that's correction. When you support a heart that rejects God's word, you're making rebellion a lifestyle. Love them, yes. Pray for them, yes. But don't trust them. Walking side by side with someone who opposes God is walking down the road of destruction. The proud. The proud person thinks they know it all. They don't listen to advice, don't accept correction, and believe they're self-sufficient. But Proverbs 16:18 warns, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." Pride blinds, and blindness leads to ruin. If you trust someone too proud to listen, you'll end up falling with them. Pride may look like strength, but it's really weakness covered in arrogance. Trusting a proud person is like leaning on a cracked wall. It looks steady for a while, but eventually it will collapse. Humility brings safety. Pride brings downfall. Don't put your trust in someone already walking toward a fall. The calling blocker. The calling blocker isn't always toxic. Sometimes it's someone you love, a friend, a family member, even someone well-meaning, but they're not aligned with where God is taking you. Look at Abraham. In Genesis 12, God told him to leave his land and his family, but Abraham brought Lot with him. It wasn't until they separated that God revealed the full vision of Abraham's future. That shows us something powerful. Delays don't always come from the enemy. Sometimes they come from the people we refuse to let go of. The calling blocker doesn't have to be evil to be dangerous. All they need to be is out of place. Don't confuse loyalty with obedience. What looks like faithfulness may actually be disobedience. Don't trust anyone more than you trust God's direction for your life. Some people are not just unsafe, they are dangerous to your calling. Don't ignore the warning signs. Guard your heart, guard your purpose, and trust God above all. If this message spoke to you, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos that will strengthen your walk with God.